Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguy.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, you have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSEN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Today is doing some Steelers news and updates. We got training camp stuff. We're still discussing a little bit of that. And of course, the preseason game is coming up this week. We'll see the Steelers play the Jacksonville Jaguars, which will be very interesting. But we'll be missing, of course, Will Howard. Will Howard, of course, had fractured his hand, so he would not be playing. I don't think any preseason game. He might be able to play the last one, maybe, if he's lucky. But they said he'll be out for at least, they said about 3 weeks. It could be 3 weeks like that. So we'll have to see if he gets the opportunity to play, but most likely, probably not. So we'll have to see how how to see how Mason Rudolph look, Skylar Thompson look, and Aaron Rodgers. He might be a possibility to play in preseason because they say Aaron Rodgers is full on board. They said to play this week against the Jaguars. He said he is ready to prepare to go out there and play the first preseason game. Usually veterans sit out the first preseason game. Now, but Aaron Rodgers going to go out there and play. That don't mean he's going to play, of course, because the team going to be like, no, we can just wait and play you maybe the following week for a drive or something, or the week after that for a drive or two. But Aaron Rodgers did say that he's on board. They want him to play this week against the Jaguars, so he go out there and play this week against the Jaguars. So one thing with Aaron Rodgers, he's trying to build up that chemistry with his guys, with his receivers, with his tight ends, and they're working too. You see today in training camp, I believe training camp still got a little bit time left. That's still going on right now. There's a 7 shots drill. You see Aaron Rodgers dealing, finding DK Metcalf, and also the other drills they did too as well. Ron Wilson, he finding him as well, and we were seeing Aaron Rodgers just build a lot of chemistry up, and showing being very productive as well and accurate too as well in finding his guys. So it'll be nice to see how he looks. Of course, if he does play this week, I doubt he plays this week because the Steelers probably looking at it like, nah, you gotta go out there and play. So he probably play the following week for a little bit, and then the week after that for a little bit. So we have to see what goes on with that. We also seen, of course, Roman Wilson progression. He's getting better and better, of course, in training camp. Last year he was doing good in training camp before he got injured, and he didn't really get a chance to play in preseason. And then the regular season, he only played 3 snaps. And then after that, we didn't really see Roman Wilson too much. But now Roman Wilson is back and he's playing. We've seen those plays he's making. He's beating guys in one-on-one coverage. He finding the soft spots in zone coverage. They use him in the slot. They use him outside, and he's going out there making big-time plays. Of course, every time you look up, you see him making a play, and he's showing you that he can be what they think he can be. And the Steelers, of course, entering this season, they had a lot of high hopes for him because they seen what he did last year, and they seen how he was kind of getting back to doing it, and his quickness is back. So we want to see him play his first real game action. I know he played with the Raiders, but he didn't really do anything. He didn't play 3 snaps. But his first real game action and maybe getting targeted and go out there and get his first catch in his NFL career possibly this week against the Jaguars. So we'll see how he looks. And also Rock Taylor, another guy who's another receiver who's undrafted, and he's been playing some real good football. Rock Taylor, he's been showing you physicality. He's been showing you that he can track the ball very well and go out there and make big-time plays. And I think he's going to make this team. Rod Taylor had the opportunity to play, and he's been doing a lot of big things, of course, in training camp. And I think he's going to be nice. He's going to be nice out there. So I'm hoping to see how he looks, and I'm prepared to see how he looks, of course, on Saturday and at the Jaguars game in preseason. It's going to be nice. We also, of course, seen, just the overall team. The overall team feels different. It feels more like, I'm going to say, more like promising. Last year it felt a little promising as well, but you still have a little concerns. People are still trying to figure out everything, of course, with the quarterback position offensively. And of course, quarterback position is still a topic of hand this year as well. But now with the veteran like Aaron Rodgers there, it does feel a little bit. Russell Wilson, the veteran too, is a legend too as well. But Aaron Rodgers, I feel like it's on a different level, of course. But it feels just a little bit more like promising, and you feel more comfortable now as well. And I think the Steelers offense is going to be very good offense. And of course, the defense is going to be good in the regular season. They always go out there and perform. The playoffs is sometimes a little shaky because the offense be playing bad and the defense going to feel a long time, and then we start getting sloppy and stuff as well. And then you start getting jacked up and blown out. Of course, the last 2 playoff games, lost by 2 scores. This past playoff game against the Ravens, 28-14. They get opportunities many times in that game to, of course, get it right and stuff, but you couldn't stop the run. I think the Ravens had had 300 rushing yards on us. They had 290 some rushing yards on us. They was going out there and just playing some very good football. So I think the Steelers looking to right those wrongs from last year. Aaron Rodgers looking to right his wrong from last year. There's a lot of guys coming in this season with chips on their shoulders. I mentioned Roman Wilson. He didn't get an opportunity to play last year because of the injury. Of course, he has that to prove. Aaron Rodgers, that stint with the Jets, people calling him washed up. People saying he's done. He's going out. And tarnishing his legacy. He's going out there and coming in with a chip on his shoulder as well. We got all these different guys, Coach Tomlin, everybody's coming in with a chip on his shoulder to go out there and prove and showcase their skills and show why they are meant to be on this field. And I think that right there is going to be big time stuff for everybody to carry those chips on their shoulders and the whole team to kind of get motivated to go out there and play some big time football. Also, I see, of course, Coach Tomlin. You know, he made a post too as well. I think he was talking about the importance of giving minority coaches a chance, which is true. Some people misinterpreted that a little bit. Kind of comment section a little bit. You know, on Twitter, people always misinterpret things or hire them based off their skills. That's what he's saying. Hire them based off their skills, but do not hire me just because I'm African American coach. But do not hire me just because I'm an African American coach either like that. Do it based off my skills, off my resume. If you see a guy coming in who has a great resume, who's been going out there and making big time things and doing big time things with, like, he's a coordinator and he had like the top 5 offense the past 3 years, and you got another candidate who's a special teams coach and he become a head coach, and then the guy who's the offensive coordinator gets another job, you know, that's like, come on, like that don't make any sense. We've seen it happen before many times, especially with the Giants. They haven't before many times, of course. But he basically just saying, like, everybody has a chance and stuff. And I do like that by Coach Tomlin. You know, people say what they want by Coach Tomlin, about all the things about Coach Tomlin. Like, he didn't want to talk game a long time. He haven't did this and did that. But one thing about Coach Tomlin, he's always authentic. You know, he's always authentic, and he always, you know, represent like that those coaches who don't get opportunities and chances. Because he was one of the coaches before. Remember, the Dolphins interviewed him, and they said he was too hip hop. You know, like that. That's kind of cold. We don't know what code name that's for, but they say he's too hip hop, too hip to be the coach for the Dolphins like that. And the Dolphins missed out. They have Coach Tomlin right now. They missed out on a lot. They could have had Coach Tomlin there, and it would have changed a lot of things for them. The Steelers, taking a chance on him, bring Coach Tomlin in, and look, you got a Super Bowl. You got two Super Bowls. Of course, it's been a long time since we won a Super Bowl, but look at the success and the sustained success of being a winning team like that for a long time. Yes, we know didn't go our ways the past few years. You know, we've been getting there and getting done, and not at the playoffs and stuff, but it takes time to go to Super Bowl, to win a Super Bowl. Like it's a lot of teams that still don't have Super Bowls. There's a lot of teams that don't have a Super Bowl still. Like that, it's hard to win a Super Bowl in this league. And there's some teams that were like the Panthers, when they went out there, they went to Super Bowl with the Patriots, they fell short. When they had the Super Bowl run, Cam Newton helped them win like 14, 15 games, and they still didn't win a Super Bowl that year. And you got the Falcons. The Falcons they had Michael Vick before. The Falcons had Matt Ryan is in the Super Bowl. They blew a 25-point lead, of course, 28-3. It was up, and they blew the lead and lost to the Patriots still. So there's a lot of different guys with the Chargers as well. The Chargers don't have a Super Bowl either, right? Chargers don't have a Super Bowl. The Vikings don't have a Super Bowl. There's a lot of teams that don't have a Super Bowl like that. So it's very hard to win a Super Bowl in this league. The Lions as well. They won the NFC Championship game a few years back. They missed out. But last year was the first seed. Got knocked out in the second round by rookie Jaden Daniels. So there's a lot of different teams that haven't won a Super Bowl yet. It's hard to kind of build up to that. Steelers have 6. I know we haven't been there in a long time, but I think the Steelers are kind of building into that. But one thing about Omar Khan, what he's been doing the past few years, actually they took over. He built the O-line up. He built the D-line up. And he's going out there and added playmakers. One thing Kevin Colbert forgot to do his last little few years of his tenure was to build the O-line up and D-line, things that help you win to get a Super Bowl. But Omar Khan has done that. He built the O-line up, built the D-line up, add some playmakers, and now quarterback is still on top of his hand because we keep switching every year. But I think he'll get that kind of figured out too as well. But this year, I think it's one of the best Steelers teams that he has built, him and Coach Tomlin has done and built, and I think they're going to have a lot of success. So be on the lookout. The Steelers are going to be doing some big things. But that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.